Investigations continue following the mass shooting in downtown Auckland as questions linger over how the offender got a gun, plus the secondary effects expected to be felt. Then school mums recall meetings with Lauren Diackason hours before she killed her children, and government dental grants increase fivefold after policy change. Atamaria, I'm Sherry Kinnear, and these are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. 7 people remain in hospital and the nation is in mourning following the terrifying and traumatic shooting here in downtown Auckland yesterday. 2 members of the public died and 10 people were injured when the offender opened fire at a construction site at about 7:30 a.m. He was 24-year-old Matutangi Matua Reid, who was on home detention for domestic violence and had approval to work at the construction site. He was armed with a shotgun, which he didn't have a licence for. Prime Minister Chris Hipkins says everyone will be questioning how the shooter got the gun and says we need to understand that first before judging how robust our gun laws are. Police are still trying to identify the 2 people killed and a scene examination will continue today. Meanwhile, it's thought the shooting will have effects even on people not directly involved. It happened at one of the largest property projects in Auckland, in the busiest office district in the country. The FIFA Fan Festival at the Cloud was closed with a moment of silence held before last night's historic win by New Zealand over Norway. Auckland Business Chamber CEO Simon Bridges says there'll be secondary effects felt. He says even though the incident is finished, there may be some lingering fear and people will feel shook up as many face disrupted plans. To some other news now, evidence from teachers of the 3 young girls killed by their mother in Timaru will be heard in court today. Lauren Diackason admits killing her daughters but has pleaded not guilty to murder by reason of insanity and infanticide. A school mum who met Dickason on the day of the killings told the jury she looked like she was going through a hard time. The court will hear more about the children's school life today. Police are continuing to search for a missing Christchurch real estate agent not seen since Wednesday morning. 40 real estate agents have joined the search for their colleague, Young Fei Bao. Detective Inspector Nicola Reeves says the 44-year-old was last seen at about 10:30 a.m. on Wednesday. There is concern for her welfare. And dentists say a boosted dental grant scheme has been so successful it needs to be expanded. The government's paid out more than $30 million in dental fees in the first 6 months since raising the grant cap in December from $300 to $1,000 for people on low incomes and benefits. Dental experts say it's seen nearly $25 million of dental care that wouldn't have happened otherwise, but also highlights the crisis over oral health care. The number of people accessing grants doubled to nearly $20,000 compared to the year prior, showing many had been putting off the dentist due to the cost. And those are the latest New Zealand Herald headlines. For more news worth knowing, head to nzherald.co.nz. Kia pai te rā.